Hello out there, my friends. We are in the midst of a full moon and it's story time because I've got a banger of a story to share with you today. And I feel someone needs to hear this message. And I mentioned the full moon because when we are in the energy of the full moon, it is a teacher. And it's going to bring up a lot of stuff, a lot of purging, a lot of signs, a lot of synchronicities, a lot of crazy dreams, or not being able to sleep. It's here to illuminate a lot of issues and a lot of things that we need to work on. So this full moon, I was brought back in time to a memory that wasn't so pleasant. And it was Spirit's way of saying, like, we need to revisit this. For whatever the reason, that seed in your soul needs to be dug out and removed. So if you know me personally, you guys know it is never my intention to shame or blame or embarrass people. This incident, the person is not online. I'm obviously not going to give names, etc. And this was well over a decade ago. It's not like it just happened yesterday, but it was something that was life-changing for me. It's not a good story, but it was life-changing. But over 10 years ago, someone that I was dating at the time, their relative had over an hour-long conversation with me. And she basically said to me, and to be very direct, she had said that the person I was dating at the time was afraid to tell her my last name. Now, you guys know my last name is Mercado. And I couldn't even fathom where she was going with this. I couldn't even guess if I tried. And I said to her, why? And she goes, well, you know. And I just stood in silence because I really didn't know. I was thinking something horrible happened I didn't know about in my family line with my last name. I was waiting for some crazy story. And she said to me, well, you know, because you're Mexican. And it just stopped me dead in my tracks. I was like literally a deer in headlights, in complete and utter shock that someone would even say this in this day and age. And I said nothing. And in this same conversation, she had pointed out that I had come with a very big package. And what she was meaning was my daughter, she was very young at the time, that I was a mother. And this was a package I was bringing to the table. And then towards the end of the conversation, she had said to me, she had pointed out that I was not college educated and that her son was college educated, that he had a degree, but I did not have a degree. So as crazy as this sounds, by the time she was done chewing me up and spitting me out, I had to sit and reflect and think, what was it that triggered this conversation? Where did this anger and this hate and judgmental spirit, like, where did this come from? Did I do something? Did I say something? Normal average person wouldn't just go flying off the handle and say horrible things. And it actually, it was in my soul for quite some time, to be honest. I didn't view myself as the way she did, and I wasn't expecting that conversation. And needless to say, it was up, over, and beyond extremely hurtful. And I had actually reminisced on it for a very long time. And it actually changed a part of me. You know how I often talk about, like, fragments of our soul? Like, that was definitely a moment where a fragment of my soul was lost and shattered in that moment, because her views of me were very hurtful. And it was hard to get over. But anyway, this happened well over 10 years ago. And just over the weekend, I was reminded by someone in this woman's family that she had seen me at an event that actually was recent. Now we're going back, I haven't seen this person, talked to them, really had any interaction whatsoever in well over a decade. But we wound up in the same building for a function, and the person said to me that knows this woman that she saw me there, but she couldn't bring herself to say hello to me because not at the event, but at somewhere down the line, she had seen me somewhere else. And she said that I had given her a very dirty look, and she couldn't bring herself to acknowledge me. So what is the point? The point is over the weekend, Spirit decided, we're going to bring this up. We're going to bring this old wound right to the surface again for you to look at. Even we don't care that this happened over 10 years ago. This Band-Aid's getting ripped off. This wound is exposed, and you're going to sit there and you're going to look at this situation. You're going to revisit it again. And I'm going to put this person in your path to remind you, like, hey, this happened and you need to revisit. So as I was triggered all over again and sad and upset and feeling like less than, I thought to myself, it's not even rational. In this person's mind, her nationality was up here and mine was down here in her mind. I was not, we weren't the same. In her mind, because I had a child and I was a mother, then I was less than, like used goods, or I can't even fathom what somebody would think in their mind. I have no clue. But in her mind, I was down here. Also, she had referenced about I was not college educated. So in her mind, her son was up here and I was down here. So I was not worthy in any way, shape, or form. And then somewhere down the line, to add more insult to injury, I had insulted her further somehow by giving a dirty look, which anyone who knows me, I could certainly give a dirty look. Don't you worry. No, I am not Mother Teresa, okay? However, I have grown in my ripe old age to know better. Like, we don't give out that kind of karma. I'm not here to be confrontational. I don't want to give people dirty looks. I don't even want to look at people, to be quite honest, that I feel like I need to run away from. So, it was just something that Spirit used to open that wound again, because as I was reminded of that moment, I have to say, I sat there for a moment and I thought, I feel like not good about myself at all. I felt little, I felt shamed, I felt blame, I felt less than, and I thought, Spirit was trying to show me, like, are you past this? Like, do you realize that this was irrational? Do you realize that you trigger people? Do you realize that this had nothing to do with you, that you literally did nothing? You literally did nothing. That this woman projected her, distaste for you for whatever the reason. And we do have to go through life where people will blame and shame and hate and compare and are very ego driven. They don't care if they hurt you. They don't care about your feelings. In their mind, they're operating on an ego driven, low vibrational, unawakened state. And there's nothing we can do about it. And it's going to happen to us the rest of our life. And we have to learn just to be tough and not to be triggered constantly and sad constantly and wondering, well, could I have done something different? Could I make it up to them? Could I be the bigger person? Could I make rational sense of all this? How can I make the peace and still have to be around this person? Sometimes we just have to realize, like, there's nothing we can do. We didn't do anything to begin with. So we send them love and light and peace. and know that there's going to be 20 more of them out there probably in our lifetime, and there's something we can do. Send them love and send them on their way, and keep your peace. So if the full moon has triggered you in any way, shape, or form and had shown you an old wound from the past, know that this is on purpose and there's a lesson to be learned, and not to sweep it under the rug, that you need to sit and look at it in directly and see the lesson. Okay? Good luck to everyone out there. Love you.